a 54 difficult issue. Still talking about illness and the relationship with the treatment. But in this chapter, we're talking about illness in different zang organs and illness in the organs. Why in zang organs are difficult to treat or patient difficult to recover? Why illness in the organ are easily to treat and the patient easily recover? So what's that mean? So that's the question. That's the question. Then they got explanation here. Illness in the zang organ are difficult to treat because they commonly transmission way to the control circle. Like we just talked about 5 zang, they have control circle and they have generation circle. But illness in zang organs, the most common way they transmit to their control circle. Like we are pretty commonly clinically, we talk about like the liver issue pretty easily transmit to the spleen. That's the control circle. So that's we just talking about illness transmitted by control circle. It's difficult to treat. And maybe severe case, but they transmit passing through all the 5 zang organs. Then patient will be died. So even not passing all the 5 zang organs, but if they transmit by control circle, still difficult to treat. Difficult to treat, patient will be difficult to recover. So that's usually like a severe kind of illness, severe kind of issue. And the illness in the organ is easy to cure because they are transmission way, usually by generation circle. That means transmission to their son organ. Usually when we're talking about 5 elements, we pretty commonly only put the zang organ there. But truly each zang organ have relative organ there. So liver, gallbladder, heart, small intestine, spleen, stomach, and the lung, large intestine, kidney, ureter. So organ, they still have their 5 elements. But when we talk about 5 elements, they can separate to yin yang again. So that's basically we talk about the zang organ belong to yin organ in the 5 elements also. And the organ belong to yang organ in the 5 elements also. So that means liver is the yin wood. Gallbladder is yang wood. And the heart is the yin fear. If people didn't truly learn TCM, will be curious why fear belongs to yin. But truly, everything is separate yin yang again. So heart is the yin fear. And the small intestine is the yang fear. Spleen is the yin earth. And the stomach is the yang earth. Lung is the yin metal. Large intestine is the yang metal. And the last one is the kidney. Kidney is the yin water. And your blood is the yang water. So we say all the sound organ, they have their specially yin-yang aspects, and they also have their specially 5 elements specialized. Yeah. So that's we talking about in the sound organ. The unit transmission way mainly follow the control circle, like this picture here. But the units in the organ that easily transmit by the like a generation circle, like this way. Like a gallbladder units transmit to small intestine. Small intestine units transmit to stomach. Stomach units transmit to large intestine. Large intestine units transmit to your bladder. And your bladder problem transmit go gallbladder. So that's 脏腑 organ units, the transmission way will be different. So still go back to the chapter we just talking about before. If the units transmit by control circle, it's difficult to treat. If the units transmit by generation circle, they're easily to treat. So that's why some organ disorder is difficult to treat, because they are pretty commonly transmitted by control circle. Why organ disorder are easily cured? Because they are pretty commonly transmitted by generation circle, or other words, transmit to their children organ the same. So that's basically pretty similar in last chapter. We're talking about transmit through the 7 organs. That means by control circle. And transmit to the sun organs. That means by generation circle. But in this chapter, we're especially talking about sun organ and the fu organ. They transmit by different ways. So that's why sun organ unit is difficult to treat, because they transmit through 7 organs, the same meaning. It transmits by control. And the fu organ unit usually transmit to sun organ, same meaning, transmitted by control, by generation circle. So that's why they make it easily treat. So that's this chapter.